Hi guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing a full run through of Star Wars Unlimited. Yes, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker are going to go head to head and see who is victorious in this new game from Fantasy Flight. So join me at the table and let's play Star Wars Unlimited. Alright guys, I have the games almost ready to go. Setup is very simple. All you need is to make sure you have your counters. I also have my tokens, I guess you can call them, but they're not. They're cards, but my shields, my experience, which I'll understand when we start playing. I guess we'll keep them over here. Everybody has their deck of cards, and what you need to do is you're always going to have a base. This is base, and basically that's what we're trying to destroy. It starts with 30 HP, both of them, and we want to take it down to 0. Whoever can do that first is the winner. We also start with a leader, and leaders are two-sided. On one side it's horizontal, on the other side is vertical. So you want to start with the horizontal side up, and each leader is going to have an ability for an action. You pay 1 resource or a mana, whatever you want to call it, and you exhaust it, or I'm probably going to say tap it, although I know that's copyrighted, but it's a habit. And Luke Skywalker gives a shield token to a I guess force or rebel. I'm not sure what those symbols are. I guess I can go look them up. But it gives to that whatever that symbol is. So to a token, gives a shield token to a unit you have played this phase, but it has to be a unit that has that symbol. And then as an epic action, and this does not cost the mana, it's just if you control 6 or more resources or mana, deploy this leader, flip him, ready him, and move him to the ground arena. And that's how you get Luke Skywalker out on the field. Once you have 6 mana, you can just use an action or an epic action to flip him. If he dies as a ground unit, because he has an HP of 7, then you're going to flip it back and put him back as a leader, and you're going to mark this with an X. Let's see. Like so, denoting that he can no longer become Luke Skywalker. And Vader is pretty much the same. He has a different ability, action, 1 mana and exhaust. If you played again, that symbol card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. So he's all about damage. And for his epic action, if you control 7 or more resources, deploy this leader, flip him, ready him, and move him to the ground arena, and then he becomes Darth Vader. Which has an HP of 8, and then on attack you may deal 2 damage to a unit. So they all have a little bit of different ability that they can do. Also important to notice that I'm using the decks that are pre-built, the ones from the starter set. But if you want to build, what you have to do is you have to make sure that your cards have these symbols. If they do not have actually these symbols and the symbols on your base, which you can see in a minute. If they don't have these symbols, you can still add them to your deck, but in order to play those cards, you need to play 2 extra manas. 2 extra manas for each symbols you don't have. And finally, I'm not going to remember this, but these are the names of the symbols. So vigilance, aggression, heroism, so that was heroism, command, cunning, and villainy. So Luke Skywalker, of course, wants to give shield tokens to heroes that have heroism or characters that have heroism, and Darth Vader's ability triggers when he plays a villainy card. All right, and the last thing we have to do is shuffle. So we're going to shuffle. I already shuffled before I started. And so it should be ready to go, but then just in case, a little bit more. And then we all get 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I'm going to put them here. That's not really where they go, but here, right there. And then same thing for the Imperials. They're going to have 6 cards in their hands. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we also have to determine who's going to go first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just toss this one. If X is for the Empire, nothing is for the Rebels, and see who goes first. And the Rebels are going to go first, so they get the first player or initiative token. Now, as far as what you can do on your turn, this whole player mat has a nice reminder. Setup is here, round structure is here, and regroup, the regroup phase, which is the end of the round, and then there's references to a ton of abilities, but the cards usually have what the abilities mean regardless, so I don't think we're going to need that. But we will take a look at Well, we did setup, so we'll take a look at the round structure. So the first thing that you're going to do in a round, as part of setup, the last thing we do for setup, we all drew 6 cards. Now we need to, and this is not optional, take 2 of our cards and set them as resources or mana. We do this simultaneously, and just looking at the cards for the rebels, you usually want to put as mana the cards that cost the most, because you're not going to be able to play them. So the cost is up here, so I have a bunch of 2s, a 1 and a 5. So the rebels are going to put this card as mana, and I need to pick one more, and sure, we'll put the event and we'll keep all the 2s in our hand. I'm not sure if that's the best way, but I know these 2 are ground units, and the way you know is because up here it says unit, ground, so those 2 are going to go on the ground. I also have a unit that goes in space, and I have Luke Skywalker, which gives me a boost. So what you do is you play them. It has to be a non-vehicle, and this one is a vehicle, and you know, because it says vehicle here, but you'll play it on a non-vehicle, and you know, it gives them more both power and defense. So the way it works is, this is the card's power. So when he attacks, he's going to be attacking for 1, and his HP or his defense is 4. When he receives 4 damage, he is out. And the same is true. But if I have the lightsaber on him, then instead of 1/4, he becomes a 4/5. I have chosen my mana, and I'll tell you there's not enough space for mana here, but we'll do our best. These are the cards in my hand, and then I'm going to do the same for the Empire. So again, I'm looking for expensive cards, and I have 2 1 units, like cheapy TIE fighters and stormtroopers. I have a probe droid, I have a General Veers, and then I have 2 4 cost cards, so I'm going to use those as mana, and let's go. Alright, so on your turn there's a few things that you can do. They're all over here. You can play a card from your hand that takes an action, and what happens is, after I take an action, we go to the next player, they take an action, it goes back and forth until you know, we can't do anything else. So we can play a card, we can attack with the unit, but we have no units out right now. We can use an action ability on a card in play. For example, we can use the abilities of these cards, because these cards are already in play. We can take the initiative, which means we will be first next turn, but if you take the initiative, you can no longer take any more actions, and you can pass, which is a way of saying, I'm going to pass, but I want to take the initiative, I want to see what you're going to do, and then maybe I'll do something else. But right now, what we're going to do probably is play one of these units. And I think we're going to start with Leia, because she costs 2 mana, which is all I got. I got 2 manas. But when played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. There's no units out in play, but I can ready a resource or a mana, so I can do a little bit more during my turn next, when the turn comes back to me. So of course she's a ground unit, so she will go with the ground units. Every unit enters the game tapped. So she is tapped. I also have to pay my 2 manas to play her. However, when played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. I will ready a resource, so I have 1 more resource. And you're thinking, well, your cards don't cost 2, right? But Luke's ability only costs 1 mana, so I'm hoping to use his ability next turn. And that's it. Now we go to the Empire. They're gonna probably play a card, and they're gonna play the Stormtrooper, because Leia's on the ground, so I want to make sure I have at least something on the ground to you know, help out on the ground battle. I could also just go space and forget about the unit that's over there, but I think we're going to go with that. It costs 1 mana, so we're going to tap 1 and tap 1 mana, and he comes in tapped, so he won't be able to attack this turn. They will refresh at the end of the phase when everybody's done their things. He has no other ability, so we are done, and we go back to the rebels. And yeah, like you saw, all my cards cost 2, so I can't play any of them, but I can tap Luke and then use his action. Give a shield token to a unit you play this phase. So I'm gonna pay 1, and then here's the shield tokens. And what it does is, if damage will be dealt to attached unit, prevent that damage. If you do, defeat a shield token on it. So the next time that Leia takes damage, instead of taking the damage, we just defeat the shield. So she has been shielded. And then we're going to Vader. Vader has 1 mana, so he's also going to use his ability. He could also play the space unit, but we did play a unit that's villainous, so, or from the villainy faction. So for his action, he's going to tap 1 mana. If you played a villainy card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. So we're going to deal 1 damage to a base. And we're going to deal 1 damage to a unit, which would be Leia, so that we can get rid of the shield. And we're going back to the rebels. The rebels have nothing else that they can do, so they will take the initiative, meaning they will keep the initiative. And when you do that, you flip it to denote that somebody took it, because only one person can take it during a phase. So the Empire cannot take it away from the rebels now because they took it first. Going back to the Empire, and the Empire also has nothing to do, so they decide to pass. If 2 players pass back to back, or if a player takes the initiative and another one passes back to back, that ends the phase. So the phase is now ended, and at the end of the phase, it says right here, let's see, regroup. We go to regroup. Draw 2 cards. We're going to draw 2 cards for this guys, 2 cards for those guys. You may choose to put a card from your hand into play face down as a resource, and probably you want to do that at least at first because you want to be able to play your cards. So the rebels got a couple other cheap cards. We got 2 lightsabers now, so I think I would put a lightsaber down as a mana, although lightsabers are good, but I would rather have a few units, and I see that I have 2 of these, well, they're different, but 2 space units available. So this one comes in ready, and then for the Empire, let's see, they got an expensive General Veers, so I think they're going to put it down as mana. So we did that. And then ready, all exhausted cards in play. So everything gets unexhausted, untapped. Okay, so everything is unexhausted, and we are ready to go with the rebels going first again. And let's also flip this, so now anybody can take the initiative again because it's a new phase. Alright, so what to do? So I have options. I can play a card, but now I have units that can attack. I have Leia that can attack. And if I attack, I will hit the Stormtrooper, but the Stormtrooper will hit me back, and it will not be pretty. But the Stormtrooper hits harder than me. It'll hit the base harder, so I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to tap Leia and attack the Stormtrooper, and we're both going to die. I'm hitting him for 2, he dies. He's hitting me for 3, I die. So we put him on our discard pile, and we have no units. And I do it because, you know, I could have done that, or I could have just hit the base and start getting damage there. However, he would have hit me harder, so I wanted to prevent that. But that's it. That's all I did. So now it's the Empire. They have no units out, so probably they want to play a card. And they still have that TIE Fighter that is really cheap. They also have the Probe Droid. And this guy, when defeated, you may ready a unit and 2 Probe Droids. So I think we want to play, I'm going to play the TIE Fighter. And that cost me a mana, and he's going to go over here. He does have the villainy, so I could use Vader's ability next turn, depending on what they play. Okay, we have friends that have joined the Empire. Everybody wants to be a part of the game. All right, the rebels are going to follow with, I think we're going to play this one because when I attack, it restores health to my base, and my base already took a little bit of damage. So it's also a space unit. I tap 2 manas, and now the Empire is going to go. So they have a choice between playing a 2, what do you call it, mana unit, or using Vader's ability, because they only have 2 manas available. So I think they're going to use the ability because there's no better time. We did play a villainy card, so 1 damage to the base and 1 damage to a unit, and that's it. So now back to the rebels. And the rebels did play, what is it, heroism unit, and I have 1 mana left, and all my cards cost 2, so I'm going to go ahead and tap Luke to give this unit a shield to prevent the next damage that comes its way. And it's back to the Empire. They have 1 mana available, and all their cards cost too much, so they're going to go ahead and take the initiative since they can't do anything else. I'm going to flip it to the note that nobody else can take it, and we're going back to the rebels, and they have nothing to do, so they're going to pass. So everybody gets unexhausted, and that's, you know, pretty much the game. We've done 2 rounds already. You should kind of, you know, we're going to play more, but you've seen what the game feels like by now. All right, so everybody is refreshed, so we're going to, actually we should have drawn 2 cards and put one as mana first. Sorry, I don't think it really matters. The Empire's going first. Do they want to put a card as mana? Now they're going to have 4 manas. So, but I think we're going to still put the most expensive card down. And for the Rebels, they got a card that costs 3 and a card that costs 2. I think we're going to put that one down, and everybody did that. What was it? Yeah, that's it. Ready everything, so we are going to go again. Now this time the Empire is going to go first, and let's see if I hit this one. It's 2 damage. It would just destroy the shield and I would be dead. So I'm going to instead attack the base and put 2 more damage on it before my unit dies, because I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Alright, the Rebels are next. So the Rebels can destroy that unit. I think they will, because all they're going to do is lose their shield. They're going to hit it for 2. This one is out, and they lost the shield for the damage. And then when they do that, they have restore 1. When this unit attacks, heal 1 damage from your base. So we're healing the base a bit. Back to the Empire. Now needs to play some units. I think we're going to play a probe droid. When played, look at opponent's hand. Of course, I have seen my hand because it's just me playing, but I guess that would be important information if I was playing, if I wasn't playing by myself. All right, so I don't need to do that. So it's back to the Rebels. Look, I'm going to look at the hand now. Okay, I think we're going to play another unit to space. This is going to be the Alliance X-Wing. It's going to cost me 2 manas. So there I go. And next up, the Empire is going to... I guess we're going to play... Well, we could hit the base, so why not? I'm going to do 1 mana to activate Vader's power and do 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to the base, because after all, we have to hit the base, right? I don't like this restore ability, so we're going to put the damage there. Alright, so next up, Luke still, or the Rebels still have 2 manas, and everything in my hand costs 2 manas. So I think we're just going to use Luke's ability, since this is a heroism unit, and give it a shield so that it lasts a little longer. Okay, so yeah, you can see already that Luke's all about providing shields. Vader is all about providing damage. Which one is going to be the winner? We'll see. Alright, so we're back to the Empire. They have 1 mana left and nothing that costs. So I think we're just going to keep the initiative. So we flip it to indicate that nobody else can take it. And then we go into the Rebels. The Rebels have 1 mana, but nothing that costs 1 in their hand, so they're going to have to pass. And everything, and we're going to take 2 cards, let's do it the right way. 2 cards, and we can put 1 as mana. So for the Rebels, actually, let me do the Empire first, since they have the initiative. I don't think it matters. We're supposed to do this simultaneously. They got a 5-cost card. I don't think that's going to be played anytime soon, so they're going to put that one down. And for these guys, they have a 5, so I don't think I need to think about it too much. And now everything else is ready, so that's 5 manas, so almost ready for Luke Skywalker to come out. Okay, they have 5 manas as well, and everybody gets refreshed over here. Very good. Okay, we did it. So now the Empire is going first again. And they have a unit that can hit for 3. So I think we might as well get rid of this restore thing, even though that will kill my unit. But it's probably worth it. So yeah, they're going to just kill the restore, because healing the base is just too much. I don't like it. So these 2 units are both dead. Okay, so which means the Rebels have an advantage. Somehow they still have a unit in play. Do we want to attack with it? Probably. Let's see, it's a vehicle, so I can't use my lightsaber. So let's go ahead and attack with it. And it is going to attack the base for 2 because the shield does not add any power to it. So first hits to our the Empire base, and that's it for them. Now the Empire is going to... I think we're going to play another probe droid. And I can look at the opponent's hand, but I don't think that's necessary. So there's that. And then the Rebels are going to play C-3PO. So it costs 2 mana, so let's tap those. And it says when played and on attack, choose a number. You may then look at the top card of your deck if it's... Here, let me show you. There we go. Choose a number. Then look at the top card of your deck. If its cost is a chosen number, you may reveal and draw it. Otherwise, leave it on top of your deck. So it's a guessing game. So we're gonna guess a number. What number are you? Let's say 4. I don't know. It is 4, so I get to draw it. Oh, nice. Okay. I think it's the first time I ever guessed a number right. Every time I've guessed when I played, and I haven't played that many times, I have never guessed it right. All right, so that was what they did, and now we're back to the Empire. And the Empire has a bunch of 2-cost units. So I think we're going to play Admiral Moti for 2 manas. And he has a when defeated ability, so nothing's going to happen now. The Empire is next. We are going to tap 1 mana to give C-3PO a shield. Oops, what am I what am I doing? Right here, have a shield. Because it has to be a unit that you play this turn, which is the downside to Luke. Because this guy is just attacking anything at once. And it will. It is the Vader's turn, so for a mana, it's going to hit the base, which is already at 5 damage. Not good. And it's also going to do a damage to something else. Let's give it to this guy. I'm playing these guys in the wrong place. These are ground units. Oh, sorry about that. I guess because they're closer to me. All right, so we'll put that back. And this stays. It was just the shield that got affected. All right, so that was them with Darth Vader. So now I have 2 more. And I know I have another C-3PO in my hand. However, if I play this C-3PO, I can only keep 1 of the C-3POs. I cannot have 2 C-3POs out on the board, and that's denoted by the symbol on top, that unique. So I can't, or I shouldn't play that because I can only keep 1. So I think we're gonna give C-3PO a lightsaber, although I'm about to play Luke. Yeah, I'm about to play Luke, and if I give it to him, it has a special ability. Could also just do the asteroid, but I don't want to do that right now, given that it exhausts the unit. So I'm kind of stuck. Let's give him a... I don't want to not do anything like if I have stuff to do. So I'm going to tap 2 manas to give this guy. When played, attached to a non-vehicle unit. When played, if attached unit is Luke Skywalker, but it's not, it will heal all damage from him and give him a shield token. But we're giving it to C-3PO. He's yielding a lightsaber now. All right, and then we're back to the Empire, but I don't think they can do anything, so they'll just keep the initiative. I could have done that and gotten the initiative. And then, of course, the 2 cards, and we can put 1 as mana. I keep forgetting to do that first. We have a lot of mana now. I think we're gonna dump that. And then for the Rebels, I think we're going to put that down. All right, we did it. We ready everything. All the mana gets ready, and it's starting to be a bit much. Let's just make sure we know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 2, 4, and 6 manas for this guy, which means Luke could have come out. Oh no, I just got 6 manas now. And 2, 4, 6 manas for the Empire. Okay. We've unexhausted everything? Yes, we did. Alright, Empire is first. They can't bring Vader out, not yet, at least. They have ground units. Let's see, do we want to attack with any of them or do we want to play a card? Alright, we're going to attack the base with the probe. And it's going to do 3 damage. Okay, because I think that they might want to kill one of my guys. So before they do that. Rebels' turn. Rebels are not looking great, are they? Let's see, we're going to, since we have another C-3PO, although this guy has the lightsaber on him, so I don't want to lose him, but I do have a shield. It would attack for 4 damage, and it's a 5. I think I might just go for the base, because I think this guy is going to try and hit me. So we're going to go for the base, 4 damage. There you go. And that's it for the Rebels. So Empire, we're going to play Grand Moff Tarkin. It says, when played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 2 Imperial cards, reveal them, and draw them. Put the other cards on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So he's going to give us more cards. Don't mind if I do. So we search, I have to pay the mana, 4 manas. That's a lot of manas for this guy. Still have 2 left. And we searched first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we got any Imperials. That's an event. That's an Imperial. That's an Imperial. That's an Imperial. And that's an event. So we got 3 to choose from. We can draw 2. I think we're going to keep this one. And the Stormtrooper. And then these go on the bottom in a random order. So now we got more choices, and then put them on the bottom. And that was the Empire. So we go back to the Rebels. So the Rebels are gonna play an event. So the way events are played is you just do what it says, and then it goes to the discard pile. Exhaust an enemy unit. So we're going to exhaust this enemy unit. That's the only unit that's able to attack. Give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less. And this one costs 3 or less, so we're going to give it a shield right here. And it'll be ready to attack. I mean, it's still ready to attack, and it can attack next turn. And that's all they did, so we're back to the Empire. Let's see. We don't have anything to play up in space, which I would like to. We did play this guy, so we could take advantage and just exhaust him to give another damage to the base and a damage to a unit. Everybody has shields, so we're going to take the shield off of this guy, hitting it for 1, and we're back to the Rebels. Okay, well that was unfortunate, but it's okay. I have 4 mana left. So we're going to play a vehicle. And this vehicle has Sentinel. Units in this arena can't attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. So it's kind of like it's guarding. And this is true whether the unit is tapped or untapped. So even if it's exhausted, this ability still applies. Okay, and that's all the mana I have left. Alright, so back to the Empire. They still have a mana available, and they have 2 cards that cost 1. We got a Stormtrooper, and we got Resupply. Search the top 5 cards of your deck. Let me show you. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and draw it. Put the other cards on the bottom of your deck in random order. Or I can just go for a Stormtrooper. But I want some space units if possible. So I will pay 1 mana to go ahead and recruit for a unit. It doesn't say if space or otherwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what units you get. And I do feel like the Empire has a better, it's better at going through their deck than the Rebels. The Rebels just get what they get and they don't get upset. Alright, so these are the 5 I got. And we do have a space here. And a space here. I think they're the same. They are. But that's what I want. Ooh, when played, you may deal 3 damage to a space unit. Don't mind if I do. So I'm going to take this one. And then the rest go to the bottom in a random order. There we go. And now we kind of know what's at the bottom of our deck, which is also good, I guess. So that's what they did. We go back to the rebels. They have nothing else they can do. They don't have any mana. Actually, they do have a unit that hasn't attacked, so I would have taken the initiative, but why not? Let's hit the base for 2. So there you go. Okay, back to the Empire. Now they don't have anything they can do, so they will keep the initiative because they seem to like keeping the initiative. We go back to the rebels, and the rebels now have definitely nothing they can do, so they're gonna pass, and everything is well. First, draw 2, and they can put 1 as mana. Oh, there was something else they could have done. Hold on a second. Could have brought this guy out. So yeah, they took the, I didn't look at them, thank God. They took the initiative, but it's back to us, and instead of passing, we're gonna bring out Luke Skywalker, because we do have 6 mana. We don't have to toss them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just have to show that we have them. Of course, it's scary because next turn Vader is coming out, and he hits a lot harder than Luke. But in the meantime, Luke is ready, so these guys cannot take any more actions because they took the initiative, so it goes back to the rebels. He is ready, so on attack, you may give another unit a shield token. So we'll give a shield token to the guy that has to be attacked first, so he doesn't take the damage. And then he's putting 4 damage on what? Does he want to attack one of these little units, or does he want to attack the base? It's a good question because they have a lot of units out. I think we're going to attack... I don't want to attack this guy because when he's attacked, you may ready... well, actually, that's not bad because they may ready one of these units where they already used... They took the initiative, so they can't take any more action. So this might be a good time to do that. But he's only a 1/1. I'm not too worried about him. I'm more worried about the other guys. But I guess we'll do it. We're going to hit this guy. And Luke is taking the damage. And now it's back to him. They already took the initiative. They can't take any more actions. Oh, one of these guys should have been ready, but again, they can't do anything. So it's back to the rebels. Now they're going to pass. So now we draw the 2 cards, and we can put 1 as mana. See, now is the time where I feel like, you know, I got my Skywalker out. I have 6 manas. I want to play cards. But again, I'm going to put C-3PO down because nobody's touched them. So, and of course, he would come in unexhausted, and everything gets unexhausted. If I was playing with somebody else, of course, we'd be doing this together, and I wouldn't have to worry about forgetting anything. But okay, so these guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they need 1 more. So you bet they're going to do that. And they got a card that costs 8 manas. I don't know if I'll ever get there. But I mean, I won the AT-AT or AT-AT. I also have one that costs 6. I think we're going to put the AT-AT down. It's, I don't know. I just, might be cool to see it in action. Maybe we have doubles. All right, so it's just getting to all that mana seems like a lot. So the Empire is first. And of course I need to remember that now they can bring Vader out. I think they will. We're going to take out Vader, and he's going to come out and scare everybody. Although I could do it later and just attack with a unit now. But I guess we'll do it. And then this guys, what do they want to do? Do they want to attack first? Because Vader is here. I think we will beat down Vader a bit. Because if Vader attacks Luke, Luke's almost about to die, and they can get him. So C-3PO is going to do it. He's going to get hit by Vader, but the shield will protect him, and he's hitting Vader for 4. So at least I feel a little bit better. So maybe I shouldn't have played Vader so quickly, but it is what it is. So that's it. And then the Empire, what is Vader going to do? Because Luke can kill Vader straight out, and Luke wouldn't die. So Vader might want to do something, at least go down with a bang. Let's see. What we can do is we can hit Luke a bit, so that if he attacks Vader, he dies. Although all my units will die. but I think we're going to sacrifice one of them, and it'll be this guy. So he's going to attack Luke. Luke's going to hit him for 4, so he's going to die, but he is attacking Luke for 2, providing the 2 damage that are going to be necessary if Vader wants to finish him off. So now it's the Rebels, and I wish I had something that could heal them, but I don't. But what I can do is I can play Cloud City for 3 manas. He's a ground unit, and he has the Sentinel ability, which means that this unit needs to be attacked before the base or any of the units on the ground can be attacked. So these 2 guys have to attack him first. And of course, Vader can one-handedly kill him, but at least I'm preventing something there. So I think if Vader attacks him, Vader does not die, so he will. So he's hitting him for 5, which means he's out, but he did what he needed to do. And Vader is getting 2 more hits on him. So he was at 4, plus 2 is 6. Yeah, okay. Math. So Vader is not dead. There we go. All right, and now Luke, if he goes for Vader, Vader will kill him, so he might not want to do that. If he goes for this guy will also kill him. No, he wouldn't. He will be at 6. What to do? Okay. I think we're going to play Leia. She comes in exhausted, is 2 manas, which we still have. And it says either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. So we're going to exhaust the probe droid so he can't attack Luke. So Luke can live to see another day. And then it's the Rebels. So they have to play a unit. But they have units. I know I wanted to play something in space, but if I play something in space now, it's just going to get killed. So I'm going to wait on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Vader's lightsaber. That's 2. And it says, ta-da! Attached to a non-vehicle unit. When played, if attached to Darth Vader, which we will, you may deal 4 damage to a ground unit by Luke Skywalker. So, oh, and I forgot that he can deal 2 damage to a unit. So he would have dealt, I guess, I don't know. Well, I didn't do it, so I can't forget that. And he gives a shield when he attacks, but he's going to die now because he's taking 4 damage. 4 plus 3, 7. So Luke is out, and he comes back over here, but he cannot be Luke Skywalker anymore. So this is not going great. But okay, we're doing what we can. So it is the Rebels' turn, and now that Luke is back, he might not be able to do anything, but he can use his ability for 1 mana to give a shield to a unit that has heroism that just entered during this phase. So that would be Leia. All right, so back to the Empire that has a ton of cards in their hand in 5 mana available. These guys haven't acted yet. I want to wait on them. Let's see. I guess we're going to play a Stormtrooper. And that's just 1 mana. All right. And then the Rebels still have 1 mana left, but that's a 4 mana cost. So I guess we'll start attacking. So we'll attack with this guy's first, and that's 3 damage to the base. So they're up to 11. And then the Empire is finally going to play that card, I guess so. The Imperial Interceptor, when played, you may deal 3 damage to a space unit. And that costs 4 manas, which is all the manas that the Empire has. And 3 damage to a space unit. We'll just kill this one so that it can't do anything. Okay. All right, Rebels, they can't do anything, so they'll finally take the initiative back. And the Empire can't do anything. So we're going to pass. So we take 2 cards. And we can play one as mana. I think we're gonna hold on to these. Although I'll just put a Stormtrooper as mana. I think we have enough units in the ground, and then they are going to keep everything because they only have 3 cards in their hands. So everything gets unexhausted. All right. Okay, did I do everything? Not the mana. Okay, mana gets unexhausted. There we go. And the rebels are going first this round. So I think it's the best plan is to just kill this thing before I can do anything, because you have a shield. So we'll take the shield and we'll kill the space unit. And now is the Empire. So the Empire is going to play a Snowtrooper Lieutenant for 2 manas. Because it says when played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. You can only play with ready units, but Vader is super ready. And he is an Imperial unit, so we're going to attack with Vader. Let's see. I'm not sure if you're supposed to tap it when you attack. I would have kind of like believe that you could, but correct me if I'm wrong. So he's attacking for 10 damage because it gets +2/+0. So with 10 damage, we're just going to go straight for the base. Why not? We're not going to worry about anything else. If that's all Vader does, that's all Vader does. All right, so that was that. And you may deal 2 damage to a unit, which I always forget about. So let's hit, who are we going to hit for 2? Let's start beating down on to a unit. It doesn't say space, so might as well hit this guy because that Sentinel ability is a problem. All right, so we're back to the rebels, and they still have a ton of mana. I think we're going to play. Sure, we're going to play the Consular Security. It costs 4 manas. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And they don't have any one-played ability, so they're just entering capped. Okay, let's see. Who else wants to go? I think the Stormtroopers will get rid of Lea's shield. So they're going to attack Leia. She's only going to lose the shield, unfortunately, and the Stormtrooper is going to die. But taking care of that shield is, you know, I think worth it. We'll see. Okay, so we're back to the rebels, and there's still a unit over there, which is a 2, so he can take care of it. Or Leia could take care of it, but she would die in the process. I think since this guy hits harder, Leia's going to do it. Leia's going to sacrifice herself for the good of for the rebels, I guess. All right, so how much mana do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna play all 6 manas, which means it's a big unit coming up. We're going to play the ATST. Overwhelm. An attacking an enemy unit deal excess damage to an opponent's base. So kind of like he has trample if you play magic, but he does come in exhausted. He is a 6/7. That is a lot. Okay, so we are going to play for 1 mana. We're going to play an event. It's going to be repair supply. Heal 3 damage from a unit or base, and we're going to heal our base because they're hitting us hard. And then we're back to the Empire. They don't have any more mana. They did play one of these cards. Oh, but the leader is not here. So they'll just take the initiative because they can't do anything else. Okay, and we're back to the rebels. They have 2 mana left and a card that costs 2 mana, which is the lightsaber. But I do want to go ahead and tap Luke to give this guy a shield. I think we'll play the lightsaber later. And then they can't do anything else, so this C-3PO is going to hit for 4, which will put him at 15. So we're getting some damage in, but they're winning. Okay. All right, and when C-3PO attacks, I can choose a number, and let's guess 3. Nope, it's a 1. So if it's not the right number, it just stays on top of the deck. All right, we have 1 mana, but that's not going to be enough, so we're done. We're going to pass. So everybody gets 2 cards, and they can put 1 as mana. Do we want to do that? Oh, another AT&T. Actually, we can have 2 AT&T, so I don't think we're going to. We'll put this one down because I think it's kind of, I don't know. All right, yeah, sure. And for them, we're keeping everything. All right, everything gets untapped. There we go. Vader is still around. How are we going to get rid of him? I'm not sure. And here we go. Okay. Empire goes first. I think we're going to take advantage of, let's see, this is a 5. They hit for 6. Vader has 6 damage, so 2 more. No, 3 more, because he's a 9. 8 damage to something. I think we're going to hit C-3PO. So this is 6, or we can, no, we can't kill that. No, so let's hit C-3PO for 6. C-3PO hits back for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And C-3PO is getting hurt for 6. He's only a 5. And because they have trample, 1 damage goes to the base. And C-3PO has been defeated. He's been there for a while, though, I gotta say. Okay, we're in trouble. Vader is coming with a big attack. So I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know how the rebels are gonna get out of this one. I think maybe we just attack and see what happens. So we're going to play a Luke's lightsaber to get this guy's a little bit more health. It's not a lot. 8. He hits for 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that will still kill him, so I don't think that's very important. Let's see, what else could we do? We can play R2-D2. Well, R2-D2 might probably die, so let's hit these guys while we can. So that's 3 damage to the base. Okay, and then Vader has a choice. He can try and hit these guys, although they do have a shield. So I think with that in mind, we're just going to go for the base. So base it is. They're hitting it for 8. Oh my. We are about to be destroyed. 5 more and the rebels die. It's funny because in this game, usually when I played it before, the rebels always win somehow. I don't know. Because you wouldn't think that they could, right? We're fighting the Empire. But I think not being able to get rid of Vader is just costing us a lot of problems. Which means that our guys are going to do it. They have a shield, so they're not going to get hurt. They're going to destroy Vader once and for all. Vader is going to take 3 damage and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's enough. Okay, we finally got rid of him. Probably should have done that a long time ago, but I didn't. Thing is, this thing hits the base too. So little by little, Vader now can attack us just passively. And he's going to just attack the base because the base is what needs to die. So that's that. We're at 27. 3 more and we're down. So we are going to play R2-D2 for 1 mana. And when played, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom of your deck. Yeah, I guess. We need something with more pizzazz. Although we are winning in the space battle. Alright, so it's their turn. They are going to play another one of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's definitely going to kill us next time if we don't do something about it. Alright, in the meantime, we're going to give, let's see, we're going to use 1 mana to give this guy that just came in a shield. So R2-D2 has a shield, and they have how many? 3 left. We're definitely going to use 1 to do 1 damage to a unit. It'll be the shield, of course. That was there. I didn't think of that. Okay, so that's that. Could have waited for that shield, but it's okay. And then the rebels, which have a lot of mana, they're going to give these guys a lightsaber, Luke's lightsaber. It costs 2 mana to do. They have it. There we go. And the Empire, no units available. So can we play this? We could, and we will. It's another ground unit for 2. While attacking a damaged unit, this unit gets +2/+0 and gains Overwhelm. Deal excess damage to the opponent's base. Yeah, I think they got us. I don't think we can get out of this one. Good news is they have no cards in hand. We have one. Of course, the one card we have is R2-D2, which we can't play. Alright, so they play a unit. We're going to take the initiative because we can't do anything else, and then they're going to pass because they can't do anything else. And we're going to unexhaust everything and take our 2 cards, put one as mana if we want to, which we might not want to because we're not going to have many cards. Let's see, they get another lightsaber and Emperor Palpatine at 8. Oof. Do we have 8 manas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do. Okay, so we don't need to put any more. So these guys are good. And then for the rebels, they get cheap cards. I think we're not going to use them as mana, although we could put R2-D2 as mana. I think we're not going to survive another turn. That's just how things are going to go. But okay, so the rebels are first. Look at all the stuff they have to get through. A lot. Did they get anything that exhausts things? Well, we do have something that lets something else attack, but I don't think we can kill enough of their things. Yeah, I think we are going to be dead. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I don't think... I don't see it. I don't see it, guys. Maybe you see it, and I don't. Alright, we're going to play the Fleet Lieutenant for 3 manas. 1, 2, 3. And it says, when played, you may attack with a unit. If it's a rebel unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. So, yes, let's do that. It will be 3 and 3, 6, 7, 8. Still not enough to kill this. But we can kill one of the... We can kill this one. Why not? But it's going to attack us for 6, which wouldn't kill us. So, here we go, because we have 8. Wait. Yeah, because we're attacking with this one. Unfortunately, I did tap the Empire card when I attacked with it last time, so I'm not sure if that's right, if they just get to attack for freebie. So, alright, so these guys. Well, you know, they have all this stuff. So I think if we attack with this guy, it's a 6. And we can just attack the base and win, can't we? Yeah, we don't even have to worry about it. 6 more to the base, it's an overkill. They have us at, how much? 34 damage. So the Empire wins. Well guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Star Wars Unlimited. It should have given you an idea of how the game plays, what's new in this, well, you know, hyped up game. Do you enjoy it? I do think it has a lot of similarities to Magic the Gathering, which of course is not a bad thing. Why not take from a game that has been, you know, around for so long and is, you know, so well respected. But, you know, I do feel like it's not hard to play. It's pretty easy. It goes very fast, which is nice. But attacking the base without having any blockers can sometimes be a little bit of a disadvantage, and you can obviously you have to be careful when to play cards, when to attack, when to put on shields, because as you saw, I put a shield and the other side immediately destroyed it. So yeah, did I make best decisions during the game? Probably not, but I just wanted to give you a feel for what the game plays like. I have only played it, I think this was my 3rd or 4th time playing it, so I still have to get to know it a little bit better. But hopefully you enjoyed the run through, and you know, don't forget to subscribe to Meeple Village if you haven't done so already. We're going to have more fun games coming up. Also check out our latest podcast, This and That, and if you want to be a part of it, if you are a geek and want to be a part of the podcast, let me know in the comments below or shoot me an email. Also follow us on social media where we let you guys know what games are coming up next. We're going to have a giveaway soon, so stay tuned for that in social media. We're going to announce it. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one, but until then, may you play more games.